Hello chat, it's Analog Guy TCG coming at you with another deck profile. This time, this was from the Norfolk Regionals in Virginia. I placed 112. Not great, not terrible. My record was 441. With that out of the way, let's get into the deck profile. First things first, this deck cooks. It is a hard deck to play, and honestly, in hindsight, definitely could have won some games, but I was the limiting factor. I was better played. That's when your opponent plays better than you. It's terrible, but also sometimes you mispilot the deck and that just happens. But yeah. So, running the Pogumon Egg. Come on, focus. There we go. So, when attacking, once per turn, by trashing this Digimon's bottom face down Digivolution card, this Digimon may Digivolve into a version 5 trade Digimon card in trash with the Digivolution cost reduced by 1. That's pretty good. You may already know what my top end is by the title. It's Machinedramon. Now, a lot of people use the Sunomon. Sunomon's really good for getting into your level 4s and 5s, but with so much removal in the game, losing your Machinedramon feels really bad. This kind of mitigates that, and also is a good way to pitch cards into your trash a lot faster than what version 2 generally does. Now, I call this deck version 2.5 because it uses a lot of it uses a lot of version 5 pieces. All right, then we're going to go into our rookies. So we got 4 Elecmons. We love training rookies. We got Agumon as another searcher, because we run a lot of version 1s actually. So maybe it's version 2.15. BAYBEEE, another version 1, jamming inheritable, and training. We love that. And then 4 more searchers. We got the classic version 2 Gabumon. These rookies search 3 on play, and then you get to tuck a source. You get to grab something. Then you get to tuck a version 2 under a DM Digimon. Good for building up sources. All right, let's go into the champion lineup. We got Vegemon. This card's cracked. You can look at my Justimon deck profile to get a more in-depth explanation on what this card does. Overall, this card is a necessary 4 of. I tried 3 of because I didn't want to see it like early on in my opening hand. No, I want to see this guy as much as possible because I'm slamming him down to get the free Evo into VADEMON generally. Great card. Kabuterimon stuns down Digimon by placing a card face down underneath. It has a great when attacking effect, great for stunning down big bodies like level 7s, level 6s, puts them in timeout. Go Kabuterimon. Then we got another Jamming Inherit. This is a great way to snipe sources from underneath other Digimon. For example, I will often snipe out the level 3 so I can Digivolve them down to the egg and pop! Now, this is, let's see what it says. Let me read cards. By placing 1 card in your hand face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, for each of its face down Digivolution cards, trash 1 Digivolution card from your opponent's Digimon. So Digimon plural, you can put a bunch of sources underneath this guy and strip the sources of a bunch of their Digimon, which is a big deal against stack decks. All right, VADEMON. Don't need to say much about VADEMON. I'll put the... No, I'm not going to. I'll just read it. So, when Digivolving, when attacking, once per turn, de-Digivolve 1 of your opponent's Digimon. Then by trashing this Digimon's bottom face down Digivolution card, return 1 of your opponent's play cost 4 or lower Digimon or Tamers to the hand. So Tamer Hate also has Fragment 3, and also Digivolves over Vegemon for 3. Now, for each face-down Digivolution card in the sources, you can reduce the cost by 1 over a version 2 Digimon. All my level 4s are version 2, so I'm generally Digivolving over Digimon for a cost of 2 or 1, or even 0. Great card, main gas of the deck. Oblivionmon, because we're playing Machinedramon as the top end. Important inheritables. Sometimes I will just Digivolve over Garurumon with this thing to threaten Oblivionmon insecurity. Pretty solid. Then we got 2 Andromons. Ooh. 2 Andromons. We love Andromon. We need the blocker, and to clear larger bodies, for example, this hovers to the end of your opponent's turn. So if you're against something like Vortextramon or something that's just ginormous, this card does come in handy. I use this to out Galacticmon stacks during the tournaments. So, I'm running 3 Metal Greymon. Pretty solid card dealing with wide boards. I just use it for the security attack +1, and it's another version 1, so it gives my Agumon a little bit of extra value. We got Metal Mamemon, great for bot decking when deletion isn't appropriate. And that Unsuspend Inheritable does come up when comboed with a Blitz Greymon. Then we have Megadramon. Megadramon probably has the best inheritable, and honestly not bad on play when Digivolving effect. I get to pop 2 bodies with the cost increased by each face down card. If you want to read that. And then I get to swing, end of attack, unsuspend, and delete a Digimon. If I only have Machinedramon out, I just pop some face down or cyborg sources. I get another check or another 2 checks. Feels really good. Now let's go into the level 6s. So, Machinedramon. This Machinedramon, pretty awesome, pretty cool. On play when Digivolving, when attacking, once per turn by placing 1 level 5 Cyborg or version 5 trait card from hand or trash as this Digimon's top Digivolution card, activate 1 on-play effect of that placed card. And then all turns effect, when this Digimon would leave the battlefield, you can protect it by trashing a face-down source and another face-down source, Cyborg and Cyborg, or Cyborg and face-down source. Pretty cool. Pretty solid. I like this card because it gives a lot of protection, and overall, solid card. Then we got Blitz Greymon. We got 2 of them. Hold on. Hi, Diane.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
Sorry, I'm at work. So we got 4 Machinedramon. Gotta use it. Need the protection. Need those OTK plays. Machinedramon, good. Then we got 2 Blitz Greymon. This card was great for, the ace plays. A well-timed Blitz Greymon doesn't hurt. Of course, it's an ace, it is a risk, but if you time this well, you won't get punished as much for it. And it's a nice blocker, but what I'm using it is for the end of turn play. Let's get that into focus. All right, then one of your Digimon may attack. That important end of turn, ignore the Omnimon stuff, there's a period, and then give it that. Then one of your Digimon may attack. So if I unsuspend with the Metal Mamemon, I can end of turn swing at end of turn and just win. Did I do that? Yes, it came up like once or twice during the tournament. That's fine, whatever. Based off my tone, you know I only went 4-4 and 1. Feels bad. Anyway, for Analog Youth, you need this card. For my DM players, it's your gas. If you don't see it, nothing happens. Nothing happens. It gives you draw power. It lets you place cards underneath your Digimon. And it also gives reboot to anything with a face down source. Next up are my options. All right, so we got meat, 2 meat. You can put sources underneath, which is important. It does come up into the Venusmon matchup. We got Ice Wall. I played 1 Ice Wall during the entire tournament, whereas other time it was played, it was Hidden Security. I 2-0'd an Imperial Dramon player who did not like Ice Wall. He told me after the game, he refused to fist bump me, by the way, "Hey man, next time you play Ice Wall, leave it on the field." I'm like, no, that's not how the card works. And again, it was a little loud in there, so I shouted at him what the effect was before it went over to his turn. And he said, well, it's just common courtesy. I'm like, at a regional event, no, dude. If you can't remember, if you have an attention dip, that's just part of the game. Then we ran Protein. Protein was doing the most. I'm going to be honest, I thought this card was not as good. I want other cards, but Protein is the one card that was allowing me to threaten OTK. So, real cool, really excited. And then Kongu. Kongu really just stalled out the game into, let's say, the Jupiter matchup. I wish I used this more proactively. I got knowledge checked into Dark Masters, and I wish I used my Kongo in a better way. But that's just how the Digimons. That's the deck profile. I'm trying to keep things under 10 minutes because I will be revising this deck list and talking a little bit more about the matchups in shorts and stuff. But yeah, we love Machinedramon.